All right, abusinya mami mo bibia kwaba na memfa obra Mega TV and platform eso. Abusinya, in fact, buboba ensem buboba enche kra enche. Ye na enim se enche Ghana yigina kono. The election 2024 is just around the corner. Nabusinya utie the latest prophecy aba echirimu anache se clearly no John Dramani Mahama any NDC sign ababan mu bio. Yes, eno die enkofo bi pew omum pew John Dramani Mahama any NDC sign ababan mu bio. Na prophet bi a yefre no Prophet Clement. In fact, ono ena oye the general overseer, the founder and the leader of World Light Revival Center. In fact, osofo am making emphatically an interview bi our grantee any ensempia waka wache hawa NDC amanyuku no win election no. In fact, we dear mpese kasa bebre that was sign a show interest ye papa Reverend Isaac Owusubempa ne nkonsha of Okai wedi kan kat wonum dada se NDC ene benwene sansona asofo asebi omo ene nkrofo enya banta na omo ye den omo ekese omo ye papa prophet 1. In fact oni oketachie afrifani zoom lady bruhahai enu so prophet waka ho nsembi. In fact waka a lot of revelations how our MPP ombe lose this election na mpo osande tuga won interview ni se nod na ene benwene na ukọ video bi a o kan ne won ankasa na asoro mu a ka de yebekọ akọhwe yi ho na se yebekọ akọtie ho a okiremu a. In fact NDC and I win these elections no, and everything shows clearly say NDC is coming to power and there is nothing that anybody can do about it. Obviously inti we nkonsha Prophet Prophet Clement our the overseer the founder and the leader at the World Light Revival Center. Mempese mekasa bebre yenko na yenkoti wura no anumasem ensemo de tuga de koba. In fact no a lot of ensembi so a medi bebibi so akirawo enkofo binum eye niema bi. In fact enkofo binum use strategy bi omo pese omo di rigi elections no na yedikan aka these elections no uje den o rigi nyiye okase yenye ne enko settle no court emfa. In fact emfa, that is it, emfa. And how MPP for mudi omo electoral commissions no ankasa omo di omo crofo asisi honom so omo nkoye adwuma ne fa momo. In fact enyi because these people are going to be tortured. So if you try anything, stop it. And after so Nyankopon ebekasa for binimu ama adwuma na omo di asho mo nsa no, they will work it genuinely and it will even shock MPP for. Yenkotie Prophet Clement Mfambra na ekoba meso se medi sansem no so ebeto asoma sansem ayi kwakutie meso so benya abotre na watie ensem asofo na eka no nya abotre odie tie ensem na owura na eka no tie no one after the other na tie aba ewom no na tie sebi parable bi nso a o relate ani adiye bi a Nyankopon ede na edi kire no de akoba ye beto aso Nyankopon ehira papa hanom eye Mega TV. Subscribe for latest updates.
Very disheartening when I see people say that, like for example, I saw one man of God who said that when they have given a word of prophecy and then when it happens they are going to see who is a true man of God and who is false. Yes. When you make that statement, then with all humility, the spirit of God has left at that instant. It's now the flesh or pride speaking, because you want to now prove a point. Say and I say who is the, and they will go further to say who is the fake and who is the true. You see, the prophetic is very, you know, how do I say it? I want the right word. It's very it's a very tricky atmosphere. Yes. An accurate, genuine prophet can get it wrong.
Wow.
Yes, I have made a video on that. Samuel entered the house of Jesse. God told me, go and anoint one of his sons as kings. When he saw the guy with the first boy, this one is the one.
He didn't know it was David.
And somebody said, oh, prophet, because he didn't speak. Prophecy doesn't start with the mouth, it starts with the intuition, what you pick. So if God had not prompted him that, hey, Oga, anyway, he would have anointed the first guy. What's his name? Eliab, right? Eliab, that this is what God wants, because the guy was very TikTok, and those days they also want those guys because the kings were men of war. So the Samuel said, Kai, God said, Oga, I beg, try answer. So he was of God, but he nearly missed it. And also we had Elisha saying to the people, he says, oh, when you go, you win this fight. When they went, they lost. At that instant, the king even took his firstborn, slay him on the wall, and things just changed. He's a prophet of God from the Lord,
but he missed that.
He missed it up.
So it means God can speak to you, but you can as well miss it.
God can speak to you, but the atmosphere can be tempered and altered. Number one, by a dangerous sacrifice. Sacrifice is very dangerous when it comes to the prophetic.
So it means you can prophesy maybe about an election, about something going to happen, but a sacrifice can go on that will just change.
It would. And also, we also have something we call human manipulations. So sometimes, a few times, God has told me some things in the past about other nations where I spoke about it, and then I saw that the later part there was manipulations.
Oh, does it mean this manipulation or people involved in this manipulation are greater than God? If God speaks, it should be fine now.
That's the question. But God doesn't impose his will on men. That's one thing.
Wow.
Yes, God will tell you his mind. That's the divine ordinance. What is God saying? So God can say, okay, marry this person, but you can say, oh, I don't like this one with the small legs. I like one with the big, leg and all that.
Somebody like me. How you deal with other prophets,
right?
Especially those who curse people,
right?
Oh, I'll curse you right now,
right?
You will never prosper. Is it in the prophetic like that? I know there is a prophet of God in the Bible who curse
their kids. Yes.
But then, is it supposed to be like that? A prophet supposed to bless or to curse, even in difficult times?
It's not only about the prophet. Let me say a man of God. You see, but I would say people should also learn to relate with men of God. Many don't honor men of God. Okay, and sometimes you have to also know that the men of God also are human beings.
They feel pain.
So aside from he being a prophet or a pastor or a teacher, he has the human nature that when you do something that he doesn't like, he can use his office. So what I learned growing up as a child of God or as a church member before God called me, I never spoke about men of God. When their issues come, I turn here. Myself and my wife, some way, somehow, God showed us mercy. We were always defending them, whether right or wrong. Because when Moses went to marry the Ethiopian woman, the sister who saved him from the stream said, Oga, sir, also for what you have done is not good. God said, have I asked you? God said, are you not afraid to speak about my prophet? God was surprised that Miriam and Aaron, they were speaking against Moses. So when it comes to God's people, people don't understand it. God has a reserved way of handling them.
Are you not using that to put fear?
No. It's like the nature. Example, like this your area there are things that you do here that other people shouldn't come out and then do their own thing. It's not about fear. That is your own organizational structure. So God has a structure. Follow God's structure. So you don't go but I really don't support that though. But like you said, you made reference in the Bible that there were genuine prophets who were provoked and they spoke against. Even when Miriam spoke against Moses, Moses didn't even curse him. It was God himself that cursed her by putting leprosy. What you say? That realm, if you ask me to be very honest, that realm is there. But I don't believe that we as men of God, I don't do that. But we should be very mindful of the things that we also do, because the Bible said the men of God, they are the watchers of your soul and they will give our account. And when they grieve, it will also go against you.
Prophet, let me find out. Prophet, it looks like God speaks to you just on 31st December.
I like
it looks
that.
like God is, excuse my language. God, if you can forgive me, it looks like God is very lazy, but
Right.
wait on only 31st.
It's a very good question. Example, I think yesterday I was praying, an angel walked in my room and said that between now to the elections, or let me say December 31st, those on Cape Coast, Accra Cape Coast Takrady Road, should be careful that there wouldn't be a major road issue that will let even they will divert roads.
Wow.
On that stretch, yes, I saw the vision clear. He said Accra, Cape Coast, and Takrady stretch. I saw a major.
It's not an accident.
It was a
Terrible one.
terrible one.
Go ahead. Sorry.
That has made that they have diverted one of the roads towards that lane, and God said, "Pray about it. I've not told anyone. It came about 2 days ago."
But if God shows you this, and I'm grateful you said this here first.
Right.
If God shows you this, He doesn't give you guidelines to maybe avert some of these things.
He gives us. That's why I said I've been doing that. So now as God has spoken, now we have to now pray about it.
So when you pray,
Right.
can it still happen?
When we pray, sometimes it happens. Do you know why? Because we are living in a rebellious generation.
Jesus Christ.
We when God doesn't like that, sometimes God will allow that to happen to make a point that I spoke to my prophet. Example, last year I gave a national prophecies. You know this is it if anything voter region?
Yes.
I gave the flood. You know that flood in that way.
Yes.
I gave about it.
Yeah.
I said that there's going to be a flood in the Volta region. Anybody staying around water areas or a place where water move out, Volta region. I was very specific. I gave updates after them 31st night. I gave updates around mid-year, and about almost August thereabout, I came to give another update again. Then a month or two, it happened. So God kept giving me updates, and I don't have any medium except my YouTube and my Facebook. So I just, and many have watched me from that place over the years, so they know. So Derek Quansah, God bless him.
KKD.
Yes, he was here and then he mentioned my name. He said, I've watched you, Prof, over 2 years quietly before he linked up to me like almost 2 years ago. He was watching me way back. And he said everything I said had come to, when it comes to Ghana,
he's
happiness.
Very great man.
Very sharp
man of God.
Very sharp man.
He doesn't miss it.
At all.
He's never missed it
at all. He can tell you the food you ate this afternoon and the meat on it. He can tell you. He's very powerful.
Very smart.
God bless you. You know, it's not about the 31st night. It's about an old season coming to an end, and a new season is about to start. And it's normally at the 31st night. Anytime something old is ending and a new realm is opening, there must be a word. Check the scriptures. When God was crossing the Israelites with Joshua by the Jordan, or over the Jordan, he gave Joshua a word what they have to do. And after they crossed, he also gave them a word. When God was going to cross the Red Sea with Israel, with Moses, he told Moses what to do the night before and what they will do after, because one phase is going to an end and a new phase is about to open. So 31st night prophecies are very crucial. You are entering a whole year and you are saying God shouldn't speak concerning that whole year, the new year. That's the greatest lie from the pit of hell. But next year the realms will be very okay.
Will be depending on who wins the election.
No, it's not about who wins, but the realm will be okay. The realm will be okay.
If you watch him on Facebook, you see the way he just shifts. The realm will be okay.
The realm will be okay.
I know you don't want to speak about that.
The Lord told me that next year will be a good year.
It will be a good year.
Yes.
Does it depend on who wins the election?
It will be a good year.
It will be a good year.
It will be a good year.
It will be a good
year. It will be a good year. It will be a good year.
I know you are not going to be happy, but let me ask you.
Right.
If you can give me just a description of the kind of person you feel is going to be the next president of Ghana. Just a description.
Of which nation?
Ghana. I'm not saying tell me who is going to win.
A description.
Maybe a description. Or maybe he's tall. Maybe he's short. Maybe he's somebody like this.
He is enough now. He's enough now.
And they are too nervous.
He's enough now. He's enough now.
All right.
Our next president of Ghana is enough now.
All right.
So
a typical one.
It's enough now. It's enough now. I know you want to be smart, so I'm also trying to ask smart. Good morning.
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me. That is the final parable of the winner of the upcoming elections. If it doesn't go in your favor, please bear with us. Hopefully next time, if the Lord speaks in your favor, I'll come and say it. Maybe this one might go for party A, B, or C. And if God brings me another word in the coming election for party D, E, or F, I will come and say it as I heard it, to also go in your favor. So I want you to know that I am in between. Hallelujah. I am standing in between, and I'm declaring the mind of God as I say it. Now, with that being said, last year around March ending, I had a vision of the winner of the elections. God showed me what the person is going to do for the nation, and I came to describe that the person was having a makeup on his face, and the person is going to make up Ghana and transform the nation and then make it very beautiful. If the person even doesn't complete, he would start it, and then the people who are coming are going to complete it. God showed me very clear, and I saw the president now handing over to that one, and I gave the video. It's on our page now, you can watch it. But this time I just want to go straight and then tell the winner of the upcoming election as I was shown in the vision. In this coming election, early this year, I was hearing the same name, but a few weeks ago I was speaking that the election race is not yet over. I was speaking that it's not yet over, that anybody who is standing has a chance of becoming the president some few weeks ago. But right now I'm seeing the atmosphere also begin to, the realms change to favor this particular person. And in a vision, the parable came to me that I want to share the parable with you. And in the parable, I saw some element or some tokens, and I would see something like, number one, an elephant, and I would see an umbrella, and I would see a cock, and I would see something like another image that was part of this race, but it wasn't really a clear thing. And I would see like a butterfly that was also in a race, and then a wind began to blow. And when the wind began to blow, all of the tokens I saw were actually in the line. When the wind blew, it began to carry them, and the wind that I saw was blowing carried these entities. And you know, this cock also has a wing. So as the wind blew, the cock tried to fly, and as the wind also blew, the butterfly also began to fly, begins to move with the wind, I know, begins to show its skills and all that. And then you'd also see that as the wind blew, it began to also carry the umbrella. All right, but the umbrella was not really going as the butterflies and the cock was trying to go. And then the elephant, you know, couldn't have the wind blowing him because it was very strong. Are you with me? So what happened was that I saw suddenly something like exploded like a rocket, and it sparked and wanted to lift the elephant up like a dynamite, like an energy exploded and wanted to lift the elephant up, and the elephant also was lifted up. All right, and he went higher, but because the energy couldn't have enough sustenance, when the elephant went higher, it more like began to also come down. It had a lot of power, and it was carried higher, you know, and as it was carried higher, it went to the top, but it began to come down. And then I saw the hand also move, and it moved in a certain dimension. It went, and then it began to also come down, because the hand couldn't, or the cock couldn't go at a higher, you know, level because of the movement of the wind. And then the butterfly also began to go and ascend. It began to climb and go higher, or fly higher, but it got to a place that it couldn't go, and it began to also lose its wings and began to also drop suddenly. Then I would see the umbrella that had, you know, the shape like a parachute, all right, also began to go. And because it had the shape of a parachute, the air began to now hit the side of the umbrella, and the umbrella began to rise like that, got to a higher realm. So I was thinking it was going to come down, but suddenly there was a hand that moved it to balance the umbrella like that. So the umbrella began to balance in the air, and like a parachute, instead of it to come down, it began to go higher and higher, and the umbrella went into the cloud and disappeared. So when the umbrella went into the cloud and disappeared, then suddenly there was a lightning and a thunder, and rain began to fall, and I saw that the race and the vision was over, and the elephant suspended in the air was trying to come down a bit. The cock was trying to fly, it couldn't fly, and it came down. And then the butterfly, also because of its soft wings, it couldn't go to the higher altitude, and it also began to come down. So when I stood and I watched the vision, I would see that the umbrella, though at the beginning struggled, it was being tossed to and fro, it was trying to move left and right. It picked momentum by another mighty wind. It entered into some higher realm, and it disappeared in the cloud, and I saw that rain began to fall. So I knew that the umbrella was going to get a certain push by a divine hand. Though it was supposed to go left and right, the air would have blown it, it would struggle here and there, but a divine hand pushed it and it began to fly. And when it entered the clouds, rain began to fall. And I hear and I saw that the rain stands for the blessings. So the one that was able to enter the clouds will command the blessings from the Lord that will come upon us. So now, by the visions of the election, I am sure that these prophetic tokens and then these imageries will signify how the election will go. The wind couldn't carry the elephant because of its strength and stature. In fact, the elephant was very huge and very tall, so the wind was struggling to carry. Another force trying to push the elephant like a rocket, an explosion. Bah! It went like that, but it couldn't go higher again. And to me, it drew the clouds and it came down because it was a man-made explosion that carried it to the top, but it couldn't go higher and it came down because of its weight. I'm not saying it's going to be a bomb or an explosion, it's just a figure of speech. They try to spark it again, but if you keep doing it, it will go to a place, it can't enter the clouds. And I saw that they gave up. The other ones also couldn't have the strength to go. So the one that was able to enter the clouds is the one that will carry the day. That person has a name of former president. That person has a name. His name, he has a former president's name. All the former presidents, John Ajekum Kufuor, Jerry John Rawlings, John Atta Mills, another John is coming. The umbrella was supposed to come down, but a wind, another wind from somewhere, a divine hand pushed it. For this coming one, because the Lord wants it to happen. The Lord wants it to happen for this season. This is my last video about the coming elections, and the Lord will cause peace and tranquility. I repeat, that explosion that I said in the vision is not physical explosion, it's a figure of speech. The other vision that I gave, that I saw the figures of the election. God carried me also, and I stood by the voting centers and I saw the figures, somewhere in the hundreds, somewhere in tens, and somewhere in ones, and I also saw them. And all these ones correlate to the fact that the energy from above that carried the umbrella would actually have the grace to carry the day. God will show mercy and God will help us. God will be God. There will be peace. This election, there will be peace. Nobody should worry. There will be peace. Nothing will happen. Whether it's going this way or this way, there will be an easy transition from one government to the other. Hallelujah. God help us and God keep us. In Jesus' name. God bless you.
Every abusia inti we ensema sofo ne dia to eda inti wankasa wati wasum nsem. Wankasa wati wasum nsem. Wankasa wahu de eko. Inti yedika ka chewo. The Akufado any MPP abanya yi dear. There's nothing like breaking the 8 this year. You can never break the 8. In fact, Ghanaians are angry. Ghanaians are annoyed. So for that matter, no, they are going to vote for change. Ghana for both. Ghana for Sebi. So we are going to vote for change. What I say? Ye ko tuaba ama nipa yesusu betime ye adwuma no. And John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, they are coming into power. The victory of Mahama is coming again, 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 again. John Dramani Mahama, pen, Charlie, omu, enyumna na si aloncha mo money di Charlie. Afi nkofo di bedi bronya. Afi ebetwi so. In fact, ebetire MPP for say, mo bu maya sebi. Ghana fo njimi ye. Say the two mission monsa. You have to do the right thing. Na yetimi atwa mo so. Enti no. That is it. Na yenko nsefufuro bi na yenko tie. How EC officials. EC officials. Binom omuye MPP4. Omuye MPP4. EC officials. Omuye MPP4. In fact, how omo person omuye adwuma ne de mu MPP in this election. Enyankopon ahira ne de na wahira no. Mbetinya ya yugutaya emfa. How omo ankasa omo resource no. Omo edi egu ho no. Enti se ombe to aba no ekọ na wie ya na omo di sa resource no abetwadim na omo asendi edi ama sendi ama omo TV stations any radio stations na omo project na ato omanfo na so nti wie na chese okoye protest bia na omo aka achi go to court. Madiki aka NDC for aka this time around nobody is going to court. This time around, Obi and court. Do you understand me? And this election, it is going to be won at the polling station. And I said they are going to be won at the various polling stations. So nobody will go to court. Say the MPP for Mukano. Because they already knew say they have packed the court with their people. I will be MP aspirant to crown or a judge and a Supreme Court. They know what they're doing. And trust me, this election is going to be one touch pa. Anyway, young coaches answer no fabra. Alaska the Don, Ahoto FM. In fact, ono eno man said machine when young coupon show ray. Inti credited and comma Alaska the Don, Ahoto FM. Young coaches answer no and fabra de Koba. Mega medina kaina ebetwaso ewe yam platform we so meso say the comment betu na like medina wa share na foforo so etimi ni biahwe na bibi etimi akoso wano yenko enti sansem na emfa breko ba ebetwaso ewe hado
eya ha ana Ghana kasana pempem ni amansa ne dom enso ana Ghana fo nyina fa atwen ewe ka chiro bi sa last cast na so ewe yebedi nkomo yebeka nokra de akere o Ghana soldier for tie me fantastic you are. Yes, said we are here all the barracks across the country mudi atum.
Ahoto FM.
Na electoral commission by we for amaji atesai.
Kojo, me kojo. Adwanade. Se me fini me fi na me ya. Kojo, me kojo. Adwanade. Se me fini me fi na me ya.
Ahoto FM 92.3.
Na do say enyo mbamba pa. The later kura 2 p.m. Ebia na wutu come so office. Sa kwankwa bia so wherever you find yourself. Ma min ka say eni bia mabo. Eni mfoni bia meyi ewo ha no.
Ahoto FM 92.3.
Many mistakes ya twefo na mani ni ba beboa ma program na wie peye. Filler number 1.
Alaska the Dawn. Oh, Phyllis, Papa.
Yanim say John Dramani Mama our the Eastern region. Ya the we am receive our Chebi. Our nanado nankasa ni backyard. Chebi, I'm saying Facebook. Like a page, not like a page, no. Okay. Joe Mama copy mo Chebi. I read your course.
Ahoto FM 92.3.
Facebook, baby, chebi. I want another Nangasa back here than Nura. After that, like the page, you know. Okay, more, for UK, more USA, Canada, most of them visual way. I John Ramani Mahama and a pro boy. What you actually say, way a day too. But I will chebi brafezu. Our chebi yamra ko foridia Georgia mani man be pm our ko foridia and sunidia and yede amabacho just like the page you know me amount chebi that of ko foridia yanko Joma man in ko foridia
Ahuto FM 92.3 FM 92.3.
About your Facebook, why you go for Lydia?
Ahuto FM 92.3.
Sami yadumo kwa John Dramani Mahama ekopiem ewo suhum anura beba cho yanko John Mahama isuhum
na ewiase any Ghana atemdin obietie Alaska the Dawn wa mane homere so one of the Ghana nsem we se tokrom a obi anteda wodi pie ema amansatie ewo ahoto 92.3 FM perimaba Alaska the Dawn yetie o
right I'm just loving already on 92.3 aha yeah did no kuya anadiduma now I the running mate Adima John Dramani Mahama last week I need Dr. Samofo Swampofo Ensu Kopie was Savannah region Edi John Mahama akwa not the running mate su akwa some brafedu near Professor Jenana nidia or the PMO aya last week yafa no to ye Professor Jenana on the move Mama filler number 1 netie the Electoral Commission of Ghana, I need the MPP, but especially the Electoral Commission of Ghana, I turn it out to a criminal organization.
Ahuto FM 92.3.
Now, the NPP are for plan B, but here, upon change, wind of change a blow. Now, NPP are for plan B.
Ahuto FM 92.3.
And this is it. Now, Biawa Sumneti and ye. Adia Electoral Commission MPP Asha some yan say. And then the presiding officers of the Electoral Commission are MPP polling station executives.
Ahuto FM 92.3.
Now say no my MPP nim say. Woman di patapa ba NDC for ba buomekuam aya 2024 election way.
Ahuto FM 92.3.
It is strategy o ma fa ne say. Woman I recruit to MPP polling station executives as presiding officers.
Ahuto FM 92.3.
Na ade a mbaso mu yeni. Si afa MPP polling station officers awati say sama Tema West ha. You don't the eastern region.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
Ni afa Eastern region for the akoti sa Central region.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
Na sa den na ya tu abano presiding officers ni betumi actual wrong figures. Kaisa all political parties apart from NDC pulling agent in a MPP for never form etuamoka.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
It is a ban is a NDC pulling agent say adeni ya wrong na enya dia womu ba san. The presiding officers no be sending their command the electoral commission na do so a ye be wrong figures ni akase court.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
Now make chire mu nienti amakasa with evidence sagana fo ba kaya.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
Ye jaba election bi wo Kumasi ni important in Ashanti region. Ama hopes ya do be ka kire yen say MPP pulling agent ani ye fa as aya presiding officers.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
Ewie bra Facebook na mintiraw. Message tira mu nienti at the electoral commission 2020 no yama no kwa njina aya adakam awo court. Ni nyina ne say
hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
figures are aya electoral commission di ba bontino nefi MPP headquarters and ye di man and you know figures. So anka who catch so be jina adaka ma anya ni dia so she can defend it.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
Ewie catch you bis Alaska the Dawn atena se ne ba be biebiem.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
Wo kwa aya dwabo so MPP for announce electoral commission recruitment a womu ya a woman no me presiding officers no metro nienti ameka kira say this MPP and the electoral commission a criminal organization.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
Kimpo to say dia
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. Oh, fearless papa.
Every say some bra Facebook na ye expose one. Bra Facebook na ye expose one say see until the MPP any aye the electoral commission expose. Na tie ni ye uba follow the show. Ni abeka no kura ade akira. Samre yenko tie the akosu need recruitment awomo ye.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
Enti yabe advise NDC force all the presiding members na yedwom call the various constituencies and the regions no ye form profile beto dwa ni ye pinpoint ni expose wom.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
But the electoral commission ni the MPP sha mu resource no baka dem mani baba so ni ya declare election ni e de obi so na se mo se mo mpene a Ghana for be siam on the street.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. As same way no abosi.
Now some bra Facebook na hwe dia akoso awo dwabo so just like the page yanko.
It's called Amwa Eric and Eric Brema, and you see the strategy is that they have moved them from their original places to another place where they don't know them. That's the strategy. Look. So this gentleman is also the youth organizer of Kokoshe in Katieso. Kokoshe in Katieso, youth organizer. It's called Amwa David. And Amwa David
has Facebook.
been moved to
like the page next year.
And this is David Amwa. And David Amwa, the telephone number is 05479164440. 05479164440. He is the youth organizer of this particular police station, and he's going to be moved to Asambane. Now, the police station, the next police station is Kokoshe Freetown. Mr. Mensah John Sebe. He's a youth organizer for the MPP in this police station. He has been enlisted as the presiding officer. The presiding officer Kokoshe Onyinakro. So this is Sebe John Mensah. Check the telephone number 024553439. So this is 024553439. So these are the strategies.
Alaska the Dawn. Oh, fearless papa.
I will share my own electoral commission. It is your MPP for and the pulling agent for other political parties. A woman number 4. It will be NDC for presiding member no MPP ni. Etiabasi atu aba ewotema West. Na se nipa no aye 30 a. Obetumi aye ni 50. And this NDC nini so on sign. The only thing obaya ne say other political parties will sign. Or send the electoral commission hoa. Na yakache so untiase afa court. Sada ni ye mampum wo presiding member no police station ko umfi hompo na watumi akọ na wanya wutie didim.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn, as same way no abosu.
Enu ti ne apaki court no because all indications show that you have lost the election. Mami somehow another plan B.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn, as same way no abosu.
Now according to the MPP, you the special funds at the Bema pooling agents. So by 10 p.m. all results, being it fake and as a manipulated one, will be sent to MPP Collation Center, our headquarters.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn, as same way no abosu.
It is a the Collation Center, our headquarters. Woman yanni we no omu never send the my letter commission near the amount radio stations near starting bubo. As they did in 2020.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn, as same way no abosu.
It is a we are dream say yabubona se umpnia near catch us to go to court. Nobody will go to court. We will settle before you realize you better declare the elections. Now upa tenasusa una we winning.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn, as same way no abosu.
The electoral commission is becoming a criminal organization. Ghanaians will treat you as criminals. Our my Ghana muha. Why must you employ MPP people as presiding officers? You want to bend the country, and Ghanaians will show you where power lies.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn, as same way no abosu.
I'm sure from His Excellency Radio here, we don't pardon falsehood. Now, somebody on Facebook, near Aquaso, our aye Gabuso. Yes, I'm from Ghana Fubium, Naminta Humra, na President Kufodia. Alanchamante at daily with you. Simple. Bra Fedro na hwe de akoso awo dwaboso a enunti murukumum pacha mudi officers ni din baba. But your own people, they have given it to us. Mutu etwi.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn, as same way no abosu.
I'm sure Bra Fedro how to FM official. Yemhwe ni akoso wo dwaboso. Let's take it yanko.
It's called Amwa Eric. And Eric Amwa is also another officer at Rema, and you see, the strategy is that they have moved them from their original places to another place where they don't know them. That's the strategy. Look. So this gentleman is also the youth organizer of Ukose in Katieso. Youth organizer. It's called Amwa David. And Amwa David has been moved to Hane DCDSS. And this is David Amwa. And David Amwa, the telephone number is 0547916440. 0547916440. He is the youth organizer of this particular police station, and he's going to be moved to Asambane.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn, as same way no abosu.
The next police station is Ukosia Frita. Mr. Mensa John Sebe. He's a youth organizer for the MPP in this police station. He has been enlisted as the presiding officer. The presiding officer because said Onyina Krum. So this is Sebe John Mensa. Check the telephone number 0245534399. So this is 0245534399. So these are the strategies.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn, as same way no abosu.
In the year 2024 election, when say electoral commission aka MPP for home. It is the MPP against Ghanaians. TNA. Now, you see, as summer any dance, you can be home at the dance, and anything I show where are unique. Tia by election because so. Hope you are
May note Kakra, MPP polling station executives for Kumawu constituency enlisted as EC officials for Ejuso by election. Famima first one. Asafwaje, NS Asafwaje, no a presiding officer for Asukwe MA Primary School. Polling station code no, F3105016.
This is clear evidence.
The telephone number, how do you mean more telephone number? The position polling station youth organizer and personal assistant to the MP Kumawu.
Okay, electoral officer.
Yes, presiding officer. Number 2.
Hey, Alaska the Dawn. Same way no abosi.
Enti wa onsa enya kohwi ane ye twa wa ha. Enti wo ma me yi ma wo video no so aya current presiding officers electoral commission ayi wom. So let us treat them as MPP. Electoral commission officer be a obehun sa da no no MPP ni. Let's treat them as such. I was say NDC mu bia mu ani. Na I am da say NDC award the most for now. Mami Fante, but today the system NDC put in place you better declare election on electoral commission there no academ as they did in Asin North by election from Alaska the Dawn. You better did no kura no be man. And the electoral commission by way no, especially the electoral commission office a criminal organization and we should treat them as criminals. That day now we no, let's treat them as criminals. Because say ye jeja woman je be pombe ball mine me the chronology of events and a pictorial evidence na me the amount. So all constituency executives of NDC mumbo modisi benya all the presiding members which we have them. Ye be ko anko mu background ni ya hwe mu positions electoral commission you are criminals. Now God will deal with you because mu person mu ball my Ghana and you will be exposed.
All right, so we and somebody me ekwagu enti sanity to see no MPP4 I say ope sebi odi tie ebo aboa anoma na odinani hwehwe na ohwehwe otutu nini okaste ne ai opibibi obedwane afa basi say the MPP4 muni baby obedwane afa sikana mwadi no sebi kana mabo mai no bosiana mabo no your end has come and this is the time Ghana for bufumo. So for that matter no, you people are going to position. There's nothing that you can do. Maybe anyhow you are going to opposition. Intimaka Bomia de to say NC presidency so because of entra wedi ediache Ghana for because of sebi no kwara wanka fan chere Ghana for ye papa Evans Fifi Atamos papa asumbe hene na Baumia idi intro de fane ho obia nso nim papa ye dwuma obidi wo Ghana obia nim dwuma pa obebon wo Ghana watch as here no this is the fact and the fact still remains. Oh hwemina post na media tum sisi no nyanya bi ento aba me organize post bi e wo me page ni mo that is in the community into we page ni mo ko community and say you videos videos you playlist community ni de kan ho enti ko community no na yeden ko vote se John de mani mahama se Baumia alam kwa juchiramanti ko na kwa yeden ko vote na yenhwe yedi organize post bi ni ahwade kurunga bede after 7 December kurunga bede nkofo binom bisumama endo ameti se ammunitions any pistols binom abedu Ghana na illegal awotema port ayemi de pa se endo brigadier no anase owura osadon hina na omwotema port wo security for no mutimi den itimi echi anase omu etimi review the security na omu yes press conference no. Let me tell you, this election it is not going to be violence. Ye kire ya adwen Ghana for ye kire ya adwen ntokwa. Said the 2016 ye kire ya adwen peacefully no. The same thing is happening on 7 December. Eya adwenkyerɛ sebi enye tuto sebi enye sikempia sebi anya babo anya temdidie. Said as stating in the constitution clear no. So every 4 years biano, any Ghanaian has the right to vote. Has the right to vote whoever he or she wants to vote for. And you know, one can't say the pacono to aba or such chinchina or to more or simisi one to more violent. No, it's more much more planning violent, more much honoma, much as a mujampa mutrimudama ma say this year election. No matter how it is, MPP must win. No, in fact, before Boniso, and MPP is not going to win this election. Read my lips, my counsel, MPP for a mini election way because they have created a mess in this country because they have squandered our money. They have what? They say they have wasted our resources. Nothing. DBR. Internet kufari nam eno commission niema sebi onye wiye. So again tene kufado yesa na unim se Dr. Muhammad Bawumia obenya bano kufado himself so unim se Bawumia be ebe rusintine ne odimrika na o commission se bia mahama bano so beto so a wankase any project. Funny it is a funny it's funny Inti enche akamre tie obi na yehu chale sinina wiye eni bi hu chale arrogant of power Ghana for monkai nkofo edi tumi momo ehwehwani momo aye no yeso kase twitwie awmo aka kire se bi atemdidie awmo die na nadu na nkasa kra no the disrespect odi ama ahemfo binom na po atema wodi di Ghana for yankasa a first president atema wodi no Ghana for uma yina yenhwe wi na nenkoto aba nkofo wedi let's kick them out because they are what criminals and liars. They are not what we all think they are. Omuntipinye se commit maybe be ankomatina by from 2016 up to enamino kase. Omuntimi point Bawumia na mi untimi pointing kase adie we na memaye. You can a free CHS. You are telling yourself say only Akufo-Addo na free CHS. By a kase Akufo-Addo one bwana mana nwie na dwuma yi a o se won ka ho ye driver's meet. Enti se ba bone na won ka ho e ba papa nso a why would you allow yourself to be part of it? Bawumia, this must tell you how Bawumia is a liar and this one can never rule this country. It can never manage our economy. It should tell you, say this Bawumia guy is a big liar and this is how untimi enyide in really Ghana. Its message in a simple. Muma yenko na yenko 20 MPP in coming December 7th election. Because this crop of leaders must be kicked out. Senka nyina mine yaduma enka akwawe in December na champion enka Ghana enyapade Senate enyapade enka waso ni nyina edeko because onimpe face of opposition abetifin brashi bidwani right. You see ayade bia sebi ayaye kan kofo ntiase this MPP people mo awia Ghana japade se John wu ye no yembisa se John wu ye no ejapade a na ewachi mota forest aye abangi na ewo the family will aden udi japade ko yembisa se ne papa no open hin go hu sebi dime kro fa bianko 5 pesos kro fa bianko ene ukohwe baby omusi na sebi anye se oye ebiom awo won en unhuni ne bunkura unhuni nkase nte japade aye pre aye mayenia hontoye a obi bedi so a omboa ma omani nkoyi no opra kwen uwa ode kwen fa Akufo-Addo uwa de kwen uwa sebi de tu nsema untimi enkantare obejemu it let's try to be ourselves keeper That is it. NDC I mean elections no. Media makano ha NDC I mean elections no. So jubilation be started. The jubilate NDC I mean elections no. I mean elections no. NDC has won this election hands down. Bomia campaign no ato nsum endra mi hu se bomia ne nam asantimamu baby ena no nko anam ho amisese bi obi ane ba wogya no ana se obi ane maami wogya no. Everything shows clear that these people must go to position, and the more we do much in the selfish and the greedy wicked people now are benefiting from abiding nature or more you don't be as a basic or another another chrono dear. That those are the people some me kunum and the be no tanko for mudio mochi na mumu awiesika they are trying to secure say ombesi nyisika ni be DBO. That is it. And can this anger bomia we in defending because bomia or trofo bomia debia working be in Hawaii palugudam wanye okujina takrade tedi ko kan say ombabisi haba mom na kufare kwa si enye no kore da me mian kan hwe we pay casting akobotun na say we pay casting. Anyway, so that is it. Timamimpa we see. Let's also document betum na wala ki dwumadi na wahye na afofo anya bia. Nti no fashe wa adwum for ne ekosi December de NDC for one win elections no. And to say easy no. Odi ahun prepare any suru any sebi areho ba be declare mahama na bibia etimi akom na etimi akoyede atwa jubilation ne so nyankopon ka ho be diana mega na ma metie ba for ahemi free United States of America ma me nyankopon hira New York, Mammy Roya be aim for UK, and you'll be a mega TV. I salute you. Bombardina for commentatum. Mr. Nako vote to be a community anymore. Now you hear the echo or Ghana, Yanko for Israel, Accra. Bye bye.